Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fire It Up with CJ show. We're continuing our series of talking about acupuncture and how it's so powerful. Really, it's Chinese medicine and how powerful it is in terms of if we know a little bit about the seasons, the elements, we can actually live in more alignment with those things. And we're talking about that right now with Jenna Meem, who is the owner of the Health Discovery Acupuncture. So, welcome back again.
Thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm doing okay. Yeah, I find all of this. I find Chinese medicine, this branch of Chinese medicine, to be fascinating because there's so much wisdom embedded in this body of work. Um,
Right.
so I want to talk a little bit about the five elements and the four seasons and how they work together and how that may translate to what someone actually comes in and what presents when then people come into the office.
Right. Cool. Yeah, let's talk. So do you have a first question or
No, I just want to find out. So, what are the five elements and four seasons
I'm
and
going
how
to
they
give you
integrate?
an image for that.
Okay, good.
Let's see. So here is a little how they all relate.
Okay.
So at the top, you can see that there's the water element, and then
Mhm.
the kidneys and the urinary bladder are associated with that.
Mhm.
And winter is the season associated with water.
Mhm.
And then we turn into spring, which should be right now.
Right.
And that's the wood season. And the
Right. And I'm
woods,
sorry, just for people who are looking at the image, there's a water, and then it points to wood. So that's actually the next season. So that goes from winter to spring. Okay,
right.
got it.
And then that's the liver and the gallbladder are the organ functions associated with the wood element.
Mhm.
And then as we transition into summer, we have the fire element, which kind of makes
Mm.
sense. The sun is brighter and everybody's just more excited in general.
Mhm.
And then the heart and small intestine and the pericardium and the sanjiao are the organs or the channels associated with the fire
Mhm.
element. And then earth is fascinating. So there's a couple different schools of thought. One is earth is like late summer.
Mhm.
Another theory is that in between each season, we go back to earth. So between spring
Mm.
and summer, we are in where we are back right now is actually considered the earth time according to the lunar calendar because we're in between spring and summer, even though if you're in Seattle right now, it doesn't feel like we've quite had a spring yet, but
Right.
the calendar doesn't associate with actual Seattle weather patterns. So then we have metal for fall, and metal is associated with the lungs and large intestine. So you can
Mhm.
see that they're all in a circle because they feed into one another, and we call that the generation cycle.
Hmm.
So when we're working with channels, if we're going to use a water point on a wood channel, we're going to be nourishing and tonifying that channel because
Mhm.
water supports wood.
Mhm.
And then you see those arrows across. Metal controls liver, or sorry, wood. Metal controls wood.
Mhm.
So in that, if somebody's wood is overactive, we would use a metal point to help kind of sleep.
Mm. Mhm.
And if you think about it, like if you can chop wood down, right? If you think about
Mhm.
this just very in nature,
Right.
and you need water to grow a plant, right? You need
Mm.
water to grow a tree. And then when you're burning a tree, if you have fire, you need something to burn to create fire.
Ah, okay. Okay,
And then
got it.
and
Yep.
then if you burn something for a really long time, it becomes ashy and it kind of recycles back into the earth.
Ah, okay. So, like, if I actually look at the circle starting with water, which you did, so there's water, which actually feeds wood, which helps a tree grow, and then then the tree actually feeds the fire to create a fire. The
Mhm.
fire, how does fire connect with earth?
Yeah, so decomposition.
Okay. So like fire, and so I'm imagining fire, going to like so the
Ash,
ashes. Okay, got it. And then that earth creates then it goes into feeding
metal.
to metal.
Yeah, that's a little harder to get in nature, right? Because, a metal would be like the iron core of the earth or something. So metal, that's a little harder to make that direct
Okay, and then the
bridge.
metal. What's the metal to wood connect? Metal to what water?
Again, because obviously metal doesn't turn into water or have it, that one is a little harder too. The metal element flowing this way, it's a little out of sync, but that's okay.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it. And I see like
It
a
works.
star pattern where you describe the metal. So if I'm having too much wood, which means I have maybe some liver issues, some gallbladder issues, I would
Right.
be going over to metal. And so would that mean you would be actually going to those acupuncture points that are related to metal?
Yes. They could be.
Okay, got it.
Also, breathing is the lungs, right? And so when you're really angry and you take a nice deep breath, you're going to control your anger.
Okay, got it. And then there are other patterns. So then there's like if you have too much fire, then you would actually put, is it water? I don't know what would be.
Right. Doesn't that make sense? If you want
Yes.
to kind of balance the fire with water.
Okay. And if you have too much earth, you would put in,
Water moves earth, right? Oh, sorry.
uh,
It's the other way. Wood wood controls earth,
okay.
and then earth controls water.
Okay, got it. So these are the elements that you're actually when you're doing acupuncture, you're actually looking at these elements as a way to either reinforce or give energy in a certain area if it's deplete, or
Right.
actually balance it if it's kind of gone, it's unbalanced. You're getting it to kind of
Right.
get kind of more harmony between those two elements.
That's always the goal.